Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Peter, your host from Sun Insurance Agency. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you about how you can succeed in doing dispatch. If you have a small company and you are doing dispatch service, let's say you have a fleet of 5 vehicles and you want to keep everybody busy on the road. Here are some of the few tips you can follow to succeed in your dispatch service. So usually the best thing I see most of my friends do as they wake up in the morning, what they actually do is call their drivers. If you have 5 drivers, just call them in the morning because you never know. Somebody might be sick. Don't assume anything. The vehicle might have trouble starting up. So it's best practice to call your drivers and check on them and see everything is up and running before you book a load. So call them, know their locations if they are in Alabama, North Carolina, Texas, New Jersey, New York, Florida, you name it, and set up your computer and put each and every one of them on the map. I use the Bing maps to position everybody and know where they are. And then set up your load board. Most of the time, most people I talk to use electors, and so they put everybody on the map. If you have 5 drivers, open 5 windows, minimize them and put everybody depending on their location. And then start looking for the load. When you look for a load, this is where you have to be very careful on the pickup times and delivery times. This one will be based on the distance from the shipper. So if the load is picking up in 30 minutes, it's better to look at where the driver is, and for sure he's going to be able to make it to the pickup. Otherwise, you will have problems with the broker and the customer. So look at the time strictly and place your bid on, and negotiate with the broker. And if you win the load, just get the pickup information sent to the driver and get them rolling. That's how in most cases you can succeed in doing that. And most cases, if you want, you can use the macro points to track them. In that way, you don't have to disturb them, calling them and checking them from time to time. You will have to look at the macro point. Macro point will tell you how far they are from the shipper, and when they get there, do updates. Just report to the system or call the broker direct and tell them the driver is at the shipper and they are waiting to load, or they have been loaded. When they are loaded, some brokers they require you contact them so they can know exactly what they have been loaded with. Once they have all this information, they will give you a green light to leave. And while they are in transit, you have to talk to your driver to make sure to give you the correct ETA, and then before you deliver the load. And once you reach at the destination, make sure you follow the instructions, because some other brokers and customers don't want their load to be delivered early. They don't want their load to be delivered late. So In some situations, if you have to deliver early, ask your dispatch or your carrier to check with the broker to make sure they are on the same page. If it's okay to deliver early, that's fine. And if there's a problem on the way, you need to communicate. Proper communication, it helps a lot. Because if you violate one of these, any of these rules, there are penalties. They can either do a rate reduction, or if you are late like 4+ hours, you might end up not getting paid anything. So you have to observe these protocols and make sure you succeed in your dispatch. So once you finish one driver, then you can move to the next one, or you can multitask and put one driver here on the map, another one here, see a lot, negotiate through the email with the brokers, and use simple language. If you don't get it, say thank you. I hope we'll get next time. Or if your broker tells you are bidding too high, ask them politely to tell you the low bid, and ask them if you can match the low bid. Sometimes you have to be very patient because dispatch and the bidding takes time, because these things are done in layers. You bid from your desktop, it goes to the broker. The broker also bids to the customer, and they keep waiting. So don't pressure the broker, and be patient. If he tells you, okay, please give me some time to wait for the response, know that they are waiting for the response, or chances are that you are not the only one bidding. There are so many people out there sitting on their computers watching the load board and throwing their bids in. So it takes a little bit more time uh, to get back to you. And they receive so many emails. So if they don't respond, it might be there are too many emails coming in, and responding to each email might be a problem. So please bear with them, and finally you will get your load. But basically, that's how this dispatch work service works. Sometimes it might get very hectic, whereby you get calls from 5 brokers. They need updates at the same time. So you have to be very patient and very hardworking. But I suggest like using macro points. If the broker sends you macro point, encourage and make sure your drivers they use macro point. In that way, it can save you some time, and so you don't work under pressure. And like if you have overnight loads, some of them you can rest, knowing that nobody's gonna be calling you at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to ask you for the updates. And basically, every one of my friends I've talked to are dispatch. That's what actually they do. And if you follow these few tips, I'm pretty sure that they will help you, and you will end up succeeding in your dispatch services. So if you like this short video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need insurance for commercial auto, personal auto, call me at Sun Insurance Agency at 608-622-1228, and I should be able to help you out. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.